Hello guys, Chris here and welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm gonna be testing the GTX 560 from 12 years ago in GTA 5. This one is the Asus DirectCU version of the card. We are running it with the latest Nvidia drivers available to it, which are already very old at this point. And you can see all of its specs right here in Tech Power-Ups GPU-Z. Again, it's a 1GB GDDR5 version of the card. It has 336 CUDA cores. And actually, what day is it today? May 18th, 2023. So it's 12 years old and a day. Happy birthday, GTX 560. It's also from the Fermi architecture, 40nm process, and everything else is right here for you to see. It supports DirectX 11 as well. And finally, on the left, we are pairing it with the i7 3770K from 2012 and 16GB of DDR3, 2400 MHz RAM. This is really fast DDR3 stuff right here, and I'm just really glad I put this PC together. I bought this Z77 motherboard very recently, and yeah, I can't wait to test the 3770K like on a full Sunday video. Anyways, let's get to the game now, shall we? And here we are in GTA 5 once again. It's always great to be back to this game. And let's go over the settings first. I'm playing in DirectX 10, 1080p resolution. And yes, this GPU supports DirectX 11, but it consumes a bit more VRAM and it actually goes over the limit. So I prefer to set it to the X10 here. It looks very similar anyways. And we're not going to utilize any of the more intensive settings that are available with the DX11. Now, everything down here is set to the lowest settings, which is normal settings in this game, and these two sliders are set to the middle right there because, well, we can. Over on the advanced graphics settings, everything is turned off as well, so these are basically low settings at native 1080p resolution, and it's getting really good FPS here, like 80s, 70s. That's pretty damn good and smooth. And if we had the 2GB version of this card, we could even bump the textures to like high and make the game look much prettier. But well, we can't do that with 1GB. Alright, moving on. Start counting the FPS here. Let's go visit Jack at 1080p with a 12-year-old GPU. It's actually so buttery smooth, guys. As long as you don't go over the VRAM limitations in this game, it's gonna be buttery smooth. The i7 3770K overclocked to 4.5 GHz is doing a crazy good job. I actually tried to find the limits of the CPU previously before I started making this video, and it was getting around 130 FPS on average with the overclock and the fast RAM. That's very impressive. I'm very excited about this little PC that I put together from 12 years ago. This has no problems in the city area, of course, as expected. It's very easy to run this game. And the GTX 560, I think, is the minimum or the recommended requirements GPU for this game. Wait a second, I gotta check that out. Oh boy, it's very difficult to drive while seeing the phone, you know. Okay, yeah, no, it's the GTX 660 that they recommend for this game. But this is well above minimum requirements, by the way. The 560 is way faster than the minimum recommended GT or 9800 GT GPU. Alright, so no wonder it does a really good job here, even at 1080p resolution. It can drop, however, inside of bushes, which are very intensive in this game. And, Jack? Jack? Where are you, Jack? What the? Where is that bastard? How? I don't understand. He's always here. Why isn't he here anymore? I'm very confused. Goodbye, Bob. At least we can restore the balance in the benchmarking universe by killing Bob once again. Very good. But I want to see Jack, guys. I don't understand. Where did that guy go? I'm very sad right now. I was very happy just a moment ago because of the i7 and GTX 560 doing very well here. But not anymore. Where the heck is Jack? Is it because of the X10, by the way? Could be. Maybe it just can't render animals like Jack, but we saw some rabbits, so it doesn't make sense. Now, Let's stop it there and play it at 1440p. 2560 by 1440 using the exact same settings. Maybe this time we should probably lower these two to the minimum, okay? So this is it. Advanced settings are all turned off as well. And it seems like the GTX 560 still can do a decent job at 1440p. Look at that, 60 FPS. Wow, that was crazy. And most of the time it's gonna get like 40s to 50s, I guess, which is very good. Like 1440p wasn't a resolution that you would pair with something like a GTX 560 back in 2010 or 11 when this game GPU really, wow. I mean, back in 2011 when the card came out, I don't even think 1440p was a popular resolution at all. Like even 1080p wasn't really that popular back then, honestly. So it's great that this card can actually handle GTA 5 so damn well. Now, obviously, GTA 5 isn't a new title at all. It came out in 2013 on consoles and 2015 on PC. So, yeah, the GPU was only 4 years old when this game came out. And if you think of it in that way, it's not really that impressive. A 4-year-old mid-range GPU should be capable of achieving decent FPS in a AAA title 4 years later. It's like an RTX 2060. Oh, hello, Jack! How's it going, buddy? Oh, finally. Oh, I was so worried that you wouldn't show up in this video. The whole purpose of playing this game is to see Jack, you know? Anyway, as I was saying, it's like an RTX 2060, which is a 4-year-old GPU in 2023, being capable of playing games in 2023. That's completely normal, right? Thing is, again, we're playing at resolutions that the GTX 560 wasn't really meant for, and it still can handle it like a champ. And it's not dropping from 30 FPS, surprisingly. I'm doing my best to drop it from 30 FPS, but it doesn't want to. Very impressive. A little bit of a stutter right there, probably because of the VRAM. But surprisingly, it's a pretty decent experience even at 1440p. Like, what the hell? Let's go up to 4K then. Well, here we are. 3840 by 2160, getting 4 FPS here in the menu. Oh my god, can I even get out of the menu? That's the real question. Oh yes, I can. Good stuff. So now the problem is the VRAM is not enough. And, well, the resolution is just way too high. But I think if we had the 2GB version of the card, it would have been possible to achieve at least double digits, okay? With the 1GB variant, it's crap. It can't really do anything. 6 frames per second. Still good for screenshots, though. Yeah, let's not do this. All right, guys. Let's go down to like 900p next. Here we go, 1600 by 900 using the same settings, and now we can actually increase these two again to the middle of the sliders there. And over on the advanced settings, everything's the same. And ooh, that is smooth as heck, guys. Damn, 100 frames per second. After seeing 6 frames, this is just heaven at this point. Oh yeah, that looks okay, you know. 900p looks surprisingly decent, even on my 4K monitor here today, because this game isn't using any baked-in TAA like a lot of the recent titles are, you know. A lot of them look super damn blurry, even at native resolution because of TAA. This one, well, it lets the jaggies live, and I like that implementation, you know. I prefer a ton of jaggies and a sharp image to a freaking blurry image that you can't really see anything like a meter in front of you. Alright guys, at the 900p resolution, it's running fantastic. It shouldn't really drop from 60 FPS even in the bushy areas in Jack's Hill, so we gotta check that out actually. I'm loving the experience here with the 560. It's pumping up some heat into my room, by the way. I can feel it. It's right next to me right now. Also, I can't really see the power usage on the on-screen display of the GPU itself because it doesn't work on these very old GPUs from 500 series and older. So unfortunately, we can't really see that in real time, but its TDP is 150 watts, so it's quite a power-hungry card, especially for the performance you get. Hello, Jack, once again, looking very beautiful this night. Oh yes, getting 100 FPS around here, that is crazy high. Wow. And down here, doesn't drop from 60, as expected, guys. It's gonna be a 60 plus FPS experience 100% of the time at 900p. I think what we're gonna do next, if the game allows me to change some settings, thank you very much, is I'm gonna increase a few settings here, like to high. Alright, let's do high settings preset next. I'm gonna keep the post effects on normal, because I really don't like the bloom effect that it introduces. High ambient occlusion, and let's go back to 1080p. Just to recap, these are the settings at 1080p, DX10. Alright, advanced settings all turned off. Damn, this is looking a lot better, guys, on high settings than it did on normal. And it's still getting really decent FPS. Remember, if we see any stuttering issues here, it's because of the VRAM, and the 2GB version of the GTX 560 would be capable of achieving the same FPS, but without any stutterings whatsoever. But so far, so good. I thought it was gonna be a stuttery mess, but it isn't. I haven't seen a single one yet. Like, this is actually good. I've seen a ton of other 1GB GPUs, although older than this one, having major stuttering issues. I'm so sorry about the driving. But yeah, they were having major stuttering issues in this game because they were just slightly running out of VRAM. It was using like 1.3 gigabytes, for example. But this one is flawless. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. It's all good. It's all good. All right, these little pillars over here weren't here previously on normal settings, so there are some advantages of playing this game on normal settings, but they are also disadvantages, obviously. You're not really seeing all of the objects that you could be seeing. Will it stutter inside of the grass? Because it needs to render in like the grass texture and stuff like that? Maybe? No? Still no? What is this? How is this possible? Like, it's surpassing my expectations by so much. Like, hello Jacqueline, how's it going? I just wasn't expecting it to be smooth. You could lock it, for example, to 45 frames per second and achieve that consistently with a few drops whenever you run into bushes and stuff like that. And it would actually be a decent experience, better than like a PS4. How crazy is that? We're seeing a 12-year-old mid-range GPU performing better in GTA 5 than a freaking PS4 on high settings, only with 1 GB of VRAM. A little bit of a stutter right there, but if that's all the stuttering that we'll see, you know, a little spike in the frame time graph every 3 or 4 minutes, I will take it. This looks a lot better. And I myself don't really need 60 plus FPS all of the time to enjoy GTA 5 properly, so maybe it's because of DX10 instead of DX11. Maybe DX11, when it's running out of VRAM, it starts stuttering like crazy and DX10 doesn't. Maybe it is because of the fast RAM that we're utilizing. What I know is that the GTX 560 can definitely play this game very damn well. So, yep, that's been it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be back very soon with another video. And, as always, love you all. Bye-bye.